Tesla update here on the 27th. I know these don't get as many views as, say, SoFi video, but I definitely enjoy trading Tesla and looking at the Tesla chart way more than SoFi. SoFi is, you can look at it and the same pattern will be playing out for months. Tesla is just constantly changing, and I love trading it for that reason. Sometimes it's tough, but overall, I think it's one of the easier stocks to trade as long as you know the ranges. So getting into this move, what happened today? We get a move up here right at the start of the day. Looked great to come up here into the supply zone and then immediately tanks. To be honest, it really does. The way that it played out and the way that this is bouncing looks like an ABC move to me. So A, B, C, like that, kind of like a weird flat. Or that was a second wave, a very quick second wave. It basically hit the 0.5 fib. We're looking for 204.80 for a third wave, and then ultimately down here to about 200. So if we zoom in here on lower time frames, it's a tough one because this ultimately doesn't really look like anything on these smaller time frames. It looks like ABC to me, really. So with that being said, those are the two possibilities. I'm not even going to look at the smaller waves because that will just cause more indecision about what the move is. So we have two different possibilities here. We've got A, B, C, like that. Minimum target is 215, but you have a supply zone between 217 and 220. Or this is just a speed bump, and this is coming down here for a third wave down here to 205 basically. And it's going to look like this. Down here to basically 200. And then again, this would be the B wave. So the B wave is either here or it's here. I don't think that this is 5 waves down for a few different reasons. I would look for a minimum target of still down here to like 204. We didn't hit that target. Also, if this were 5 waves, so if this were this fourth wave basically came back into the first wave. Doesn't look like 5 waves to me. So for those reasons, I think that we could see an expanded flat up here or a continuation down here to 200. I don't think, another reason why I don't think this move down is finished is because we did not retrace to the 0.5 fib yet. The 0.5 fib is usually the minimum for a B wave, and that's at 203.84. So for all those reasons, I would say, again, expanded flat or continuation down here to 200. Expanded flat, you're just looking up here into this box, and then you're looking for a move down. So it would look like, and then down. So again, probably not going to come up here and go straight up here to 245. Let's see if that did happen, if this would be in the right spot. And you can see here also, this is way higher than I would expect. I'm only expecting up here to this gap fill. This would be no reason to go this high. So it's another reason why I think we're not finished. So I'm holding some puts. I have hedges both ways, but that's just the way I like to play it, just in case we get that expanded flat. But I have no problem holding some puts for October. I think we're going to at least hit this level right here, potentially go lower. We could potentially be in, I don't want to go too far into it. There's a few different counts that would be even more complicated. and be kind of stupid to go over them right now. Unless it starts happening, I probably won't go over them. So for all those reasons, expanded flat or continuation down here to 200. The options chain has more puts at 210 than calls, so that favors a bounce. But option chain, today we had some $920, $200 puts bought at 210 and 209 above the ask, rising IV. That's bearish. And then you have this 155 put. We don't know what that is. That could be a sold put, could be a regular put as well. So I'm leaning bearish either way. It's going to look like this. That, or it's going to look like one other thing. One reason why an expanded flat also makes sense here is because in the last video, if you remember, I mentioned, if you watched the last video, I mentioned this B wave. Normally a B wave is as long time-wise as an A wave. This A wave took, if it is an A wave, this took about 2 days. No, 2.5 days. Yeah, almost 3 days. We started this on Thursday, so that's 1, 2. So this needs to last by the end of today and probably into tomorrow to be longer than the A wave. And then we get 3 days down basically, or maybe like, yeah, 3 days down. So that would take us to, let's say tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. That would be 8 days, so about 4 days down. You'd probably be looking at something on Tuesday the 2nd, or Tuesday the 3rd as the bottom right there, if this were to play out. But again, it could be 5 waves, it could be ABC as well. So we'll see. Those are my 2 patterns I'm looking for. And which one do you think is going to play out? So this would be 1, 2, that. Those are the 2 patterns. And then again, this one is very, very unlikely. This is the unlikely one. So both bearish. Only bullish one would be, well, this one's bullish short term. The only bullish one over the medium term would be the one that's the most unlikely. And I showed you the option chain too, that's bearish. So put that all together, good reason to hold some puts right now for a move down to at least 200 bucks. That's it for now. Just wanted to make a midday update. Let's see how it goes. And maybe I'll do a market update tomorrow, later today.